Good Friday morning, April 14th, 2023. Baseball records, batting average. One of my favorite, in fact, it is my favorite baseball record. A ball player's batting average for their entire career. 300 and above, you're excellent. 325, you're very good. 340, you're in the classic range. And 366, number one, Ty Cobb. Last episode, I did the top 10. Ty Cobb, Roger Hornsby, Ed Delante, Tris Speaker, Billy Hamilton, top 5. Ted Williams, Dan Brothers, Babe Ruth, Harry Heilman, Willie Keeler, bottom 5. This episode, I want to keep going. And I'm going to comment on some of the players as I go along. I'm going to name the player. These are, by the way, I'm covering Hall of Fame players only. As I cover the player, I'll mention maybe their highest average for a season, but I'm also going to mention their career average. So let's go through it. I did 1 through 10, just for those of you who missed the last episode, the classic 600th episode on Ken Artizone's Talking Baseball YouTube channel. Ty Cobb, 366. Roger Hornsby, 358. Ed Delante, 346. Tris Speaker, 345. Billy Hamilton, 344. Top 5. Career. Baseball Hall of Famers. 6. Ted Williams, 344. Dan Brothers, 342. Babe Ruth, 342. Harry Heilman, 342. Willie Keeler, 341. So that last episode, I commented on what these special players, what they've accomplished in their career. Check out that 600th episode. That was a classic. It's one of my favorites. Of all the ones I've done, number 600 was special. 601. This is episode 601. Let's keep going. Bill Terry, number 11, 341. You know, he in 1930, he batted 401, had an excellent year. Did you know that Bill Terry, I've got him here. This is an interesting guy. I've got him in my book here. In fact, I got this book, Baseball Hall of Fame Almanac. I got this in Cooperstown, New York. List all the Hall of Famers. Did you know that in 1930, Bill Terry had 254 hits in the season and batted 401? It's legitimate. He played 154 games. He played the whole year. 254 hits and bats 401. His career batting average, 341. Class career. Classy guy, Bill Terry. Oh, he played, how many years did he play roughly? 1923 to 1936. So you got to figure 14 years. Should have played longer. Only had 2,100 hits, 2,193. Should have played longer, Bill Terry. You would have passed 3,000 hits. 12 on the list, Lou Gehrig. 340 lifetime batting average. His high, 379. There's another guy, played 17 years. Had roughly, how many hits did he have? I've got him here. Lou Gehrig. He ends up with 2,700 hits in 2,100 games. I think he was about 36, 37 right there. He gave it up because he got sick. If he plays till age 40 or 42, like Cobb did, he would have had 3,500 hits. Feel sorry for Lou Gehrig. I really do. What potential. But he had a fabulous career. 340 lifetime batting average. His high was 379. Never did pass 400 like some of the other guys. You know, in the top 10, Cobb, Hornsby, Delante, Billy Hamilton, Ted Williams, Harry Heilman, and Willie Keeler all batted over 400 one season. And so did Bill Terry. But Ruth, Brothers, and Speaker never got over 400 for a season. 13 on the list, George Sisler. He batted over 400 one year. 1920, he batted 420. He had 200. Let me look him up. Sisler. Here he is. The year that he got 257 hits, which was a record for Hall of Famers. Ichiro has the most, 262, but he had 162 games to do it. Whereas Sisler, 257 hits in 154 games. That year, he batted 407. But his best year, 1922, he batted 420. So Sisler can lay claim to two 400 batting seasons. 407 in 1920 and 420 in 1922. What a year. What did you do in that year? You had 246 hits. You want to know something about George Sisler? I don't think you guys know this. In a 3-year period, he had 257, 216, and 246 hits in 3 years. How much is that? 257, 216, and 246. He had 719 hits in 3 years. What's that average out to be? That averages out to 239 hits a year. Incredible. George Sisler. He's number 13 on the list with a 340 lifetime batting average. Keep going. 14 on the list, Tony Gwynn. I saw him play because I live in San Diego County. I live in Vista, California. And the Padres play down in downtown San Diego. I saw him play. He has a 338 lifetime batting average. 20 years in the league, 19 years over 300. His first year, 289. After that, 300 and above. And he had 350 and above like 5 or 6 times. And his high, 394 for one season. And that was the year that the baseball players went on strike because they weren't getting paid enough. Right around August, they quit playing. Gwynn has 394 hits, or 394 batting average. Listen to this. This year is 1994, okay? Gwynn is on a tear. He's just stroking the bat. I mean, he just can't be stopped. 1994. He has 165 hits into August, and they go on strike. He has 165 hits. He's on pace for about 220. He could have batted 400. Man, that would have been wonderful to see, right? Wouldn't you agree? Because all you have to do is go 2 for 5. 5 at plate appearances and get 2 hits. 2 for 5 is a 400 batting average. What if he goes 2 for 4? What if he goes 3 for 4? What if he has a 4 for 4 game? And then other games he'll go 1 for 4. Maybe he'll have some offers, but he can make up for it by getting 2 for 4, 2 for 5. Following me, he could have batted 400 that year. Oh, I feel sorry for Gwynn. 15 on the list, Jesse Burkett, 338 lifetime batting average. Here's another guy. He batted 410. 1895. Burkett bats 410. I've got him here. Burkett. Jesse Burkett. 1895. What does he do? He gets 240 hits in 133 games. But give him a full season, he may have passed 250 hits. He had 240 and 133. They play 154 back then. So that would have been an extra 21 more games, 20 more hits. He could have passed Sisler's record. There's a possibility that Jesse Burkett could have had 260 hits one season. But here's another guy. He has 2 400 batting seasons because the year before he gets 225 hits and bats 405. And in 1895, he bats 410. You got to add him to the list of guys who have batted 400 multiple times. Here's a quiz question for you. Which players have multiple 400 batting seasons? Not just one, but multiple. Ted Williams has one, right? Willie Keeler has one. Bill Terry has one. Harry Heilman has one. But which players have multiple? Well, we know that Ty Cobb has 3. Hornsby has 3, 400 batting seasons. Delante has 3. Who's the other guy? George Sisler has 2. And the other guy is Jesse Burkett with 2. 400 batting seasons, multiple. Next, Nap Lajoie, number 16. 338 lifetime batting average. This is an interesting character here because he does something very unique. Nap Lajoie, in 1901, he batted 426, number 2 all time. Who's number 1? Hugh Duffy, 440. Nap Lajoie, 426 in 1901. What does he do that year? He gets 232 hits in 130 games. Again, give him another 20 games. He's in the 250 range as far as hits. He only has that one 400 batting season. But he has a lifetime 338. Gwynn, Burkett, and Lajoie all have career batting averages of 338. But Lajoie has a 400 on his resume, and so does Burkett. Gwynn doesn't. 426, number 2, as far as the best batting seasons of all time. And I'm covering Hall of Fame players only. There are other guys that are not in the Hall of Fame that have batted 400. 17 on the list, Al Simmons. 334 lifetime batting average. 1931, his high, 390. Okay. 18, Cap Hansen. 334 lifetime batting average. This is an interesting guy too, Hansen, because he plays in the 1880s, way back. So as far as the record keeping, as far as box scores, a little sketchy on Hansen, but according to Baseball Reference, he ends up with 3,400 hits and a 334 lifetime batting average. And his high, well, he batted 399, but he only played 84 games. So I don't know if you can count, 89 games, 399 batting average. You got to get where he plays a full season. So his best batting average in a full season was 342. That would have been in 1889. He plays 134 games, and he bats 347. So, but lifetime batting average, 334. This guy played 27 years. Did you know he has about 24 300 batting seasons. I think it's 23 or 24 out of the 27 years he bats over 300. But some of those years, it's only 60, 70, 80 games, 90 games. So the guy that you can say has the best batting seasons over 300 would be Ty Cobb. Out of 24 years, he has 23 of them. And then you have another guy, Tony Gwynn, has 19 out of 20. I believe Ted Williams had about 18 out of 20. Some of the other guys, I think Eddie Collins, he's another guy who had over 20 seasons of 300. And he's next on the list, number 19, Eddie Collins, 333 lifetime batting average. How about that? 333. 372 was his high. He had in 1920. He's an interesting guy too, Eddie Collins. I believe, let me count it up for you, just to be accurate. Eddie Collins, he plays 1906 to 1930. First couple of years, just a couple of games. Then he goes on a tear, plays over 100 games. One year he played 97. Toward the end, he played 95. But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that's what I said. About 19 seasons over 300. 20 on the list, Paul Waner. 333 lifetime batting average. Paul Waner. Let's look him up. I've got him back here. Paul Waner plays from here he is. Him and his brother, Lloyd Waner. Played from 1926 to 1945. He has 3,100 hits and 333 lifetime. But what's interesting about him, his high was 380. What I like about Waner is 605 doubles, 333 lifetime batting average, 3,100 hits. Some of these other guys, some of the other guys have over 3,000 hits. So that's batting average, players 11 through 20. What I like to do is in these videos is cover the guy's career batting average, their high for one season, and then comment as far as how many hits they had for their career, and just see who I'm impressed with. You can tell that players 1 through 20 are in a class by themselves as far as the greatest hitters of all time. Recap, 1 through 20. You got to agree, Ty Cobb's the best hitter of all time. 366 lifetime, 12 batting titles, 4,189 hits. Who else can lay that claim? Nobody else. 2, Roger Hornsby, 3 400 batting seasons. Number 3, and he's 358 lifetime, number 2. 3, Ed Delante, 346 lifetime batting average, 3 400 batting seasons. 4, Tris Speaker, 3,500 hits, 345 lifetime. Billy Hamilton, 344. Ted Williams, 344. Dan Brothers, 342. Babe Ruth, 342. Ruth can lay claim that, hey, I'm the guy with 700 homers and 342 lifetime batting average. No one can lay that claim. Harry Heilman, 342. Willie Keeler, 341. Bill Terry, 341. Lou Gehrig, 340. George Sisler, 340. Tony Gwynn, Jesse Burkett, Nap Lajoie, 338. Al Simmons, 334. Cap Hansen, 334. Eddie Collins, 333. And Paul Waner, top 20, 333. What do you think? Best hitters of all time, hands down. Thanks for watching. I'm out.